You're listening to the Business and Life Podcast, where 7 days a week, proven entrepreneurs share their success stories, failures, and give you true value on how you can build a great business and an awesome life. With your host, Mike Olivas.
What's happening, guys? Today I'm chatting with Loren Brill, so let's get cranking. She's the CEO and founder of Sweet Loren's, a clean food company that is transforming what it means to be convenient and delicious. Loren, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. I'm excited that you're on the show today. Tell our listeners something interesting about yourself and also where you're calling in from.
So I'm calling in from New York City. I'm actually moving to LA in a week. So this is kind of a crazy week for me. Born and raised New Yorker, born and bred, but I did go to college out in LA, and I'm excited to open a second office out there. And I'm the founder and CEO of Sweet Loren's, which is a clean food company. And our product line is cookie dough right now. So I've probably eaten more cookie dough than anyone in this country. And I'm definitely obsessed with really natural ingredients.
Okay. So yeah, tell us a little bit about Sweet Loren's. What's the value that you feel it's bringing to the marketplace?
So Sweet Loren's makes delicious food. So delicious cookie dough you can eat raw, or cookie dough that you can bake into fresh cookies. So it's very convenient. We're packaged food. You can find us refrigerated in the refrigerated dough section of your local supermarket. So the whole goal is to make food that's convenient and easy for busy people, which is us, all of us, but make sure it's healthy and delicious. So all of our products are non-GMO, gluten-free, plant-based, dairy-free, nut-free, so safe for anyone with food allergies, certain lifestyles, dietary restrictions. And our whole goal is to build a brand that you can trust. You don't have to worry about chemicals or weird ingredients. It's a brand that you just know is going to always have high quality, delicious food and have really high quality, clean ingredients, because I believe food is so connected to our health and well-being.
What kind of successes have you had to build that trust? I'd love to hear maybe our listeners as well. I know that's very important, right?
Absolutely.
Any kind of service for sure, but like a product, service, it's always re-engineering your website and testimonials and let's get referrals. So tell me some wins on how you were able to build a brand with trust.
So food, because you ingest it, right? This isn't like a t-shirt you wear. I mean, you're going to feed it also to maybe your kids or your loved ones. There definitely has to be a huge amount of trust. And I think we've never really paid for marketing. Our growth has been organic and really been word of mouth.
Wow,
so
awesome.
It's been awesome. So we just have the best fans. I think people, anyone who has a sweet tooth and is looking for a cleaner option, has probably been really frustrated like me, and they don't even know that there's like a delicious, healthier cookie dough option out there. And so when they see Sweet Loren's on the shelf next to, the big guys who they've grown up with, they take a chance on it. I think when you see something that says gluten-free or vegan, you're like, it's probably not going to be delicious, but I'll try it, because if you are one of those things, there's nothing for you out there. And I think that once someone tries our product, they're blown away by the taste and how good they feel, and that just feels such high quality, like it was really homemade. And then they want to shout it from the rooftops, because it's something that they want to continue to have in their home and share with their friends. I mean, if you were a parent and had, let's say, a kid with a nut allergy, it's incredibly exhausting and stressful to find products you can trust. And normally that kid kind of gets the weird food. Instead, you buy Sweet Loren's and it's like, oh my God, I can serve this to my kids. I don't have to worry. Serve it to all of the kids' friends, husband and wife, eat it, or sister and brother, or, whoever's in the family. And I think that's our sweet spot, is that it's universal food for all.
When did you start the company, Loren?
So I started making recipes over 10 years ago, but about 5 years ago is when we really entered the market and really got national distribution. And so it's kind of been a rocket ship for the last four years.
Let's talk about the first year. What was something that happened that you were, you really had to overcome a potential or scary failure?
Well, the biggest the biggest hurdle that we got over is the first year I launched Sweet Loren. So my first recipes were really just very natural. That was my goal. I overcame cancer after I graduated college at 22 years old. And thankfully, I went to USC in LA and, having the time of my life, graduated 2 months later, get diagnosed with cancer, had to come home to New York, go through treatment. Thankfully, I was totally cured, but it changed my life. And I looked at food very differently because I felt the effects of how eating clean just makes me feel so much better. And I have a huge sweet tooth and I just couldn't find anything in the market. So that's how I came up with these recipes. So I launched my first recipes. They were just very natural, and got them in full distribution. Publix, supermarkets, one of the biggest supermarket chains in the US took us into all stores on my first meeting. Then Kroger took us into all stores. That's the biggest supermarket in the US. Then we got into Whole Foods and Wegmans, and, it's just kept growing. But after we got my first recipe across the country, I started to hear from people like mothers with kids with nut allergies. And they were like, can you please create a product for us? I heard from people that were really trying to eat plant-based and be vegan or eat, or maybe have an allergy to dairy or eggs. And they'd ask for our product to be like certified vegan. I'd hear from someone, who's gluten-free, and they'd be like, listen, I don't want to eat the weird food. I just stay away from gluten, but can you make a product that's gluten-free? So I worked on our recipes. I personally, thankfully, don't have allergies to any of these things, but I worked on a recipe just to create a universal product. So it's just really natural and clean ingredients and non-GMO, but we happen to be also gluten-free, vegan, nut-free, dairy-free. So that really, everyone who doesn't have an option on the shelf previously
really
now does.
It up. Right, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a huge learning because, getting into thousands of stores made us reach millions of people. And that's the kind of feedback I was able to then receive to perfect and tweak the product to make it what it is today.
Why do you think a lot of entrepreneurs out there, in your opinion, give up on their dreams of starting a company?
Because either they don't care enough. Like they're truly not deeply, deeply passionate enough to keep fighting for it. Like maybe it's just a business idea they like, but it's not something that they truly want to just like dedicate their life to and that they can't imagine not doing. Like I just can't imagine not doing Sweet Loren. So I would do anything to make it happen. There's just no other job I want. I'm sure I could create another business idea because I'm an entrepreneur, but I can't even think about that right now. Like this is what I care most about, and feel is the positive impact I can have, in the world. I think there's that. And then I think also people can get burned out and they might not have the right tools to like deal with stress or have enough support around them or, figure out how to get supplemental income or something to keep them going. So, this is not easy. It's definitely not easy. And there's a lot of tweaking to figure out product market fit. Like I think once you get, it's the right time for your product, and your product is tweaked enough to be product market fit and it's the right price point, like that's when things become easier because it's like, oh, I have something that's working, but very rarely do you get the product perfect off the gate, so it takes a lot of commitment to refine your product and perfect it and test things and tweak. And, that just takes a lot of patience and commitment.
We're going to dive into our guests' experiences in business and life after this quick message. Life Nation, are you struggling with growing your business and hitting goals? Or are you over the 9-to-5 grind, finally ready to take the dive into entrepreneurship? What are you waiting for? Go to michaelivas.com to set up a free, no obligation coaching call today. That's MIKEOLIVAS.com. I can help you. It may be the best call you've ever made.
Yeah, no, I agree. Is there something that you're really excited about within the health, food, organic kind of industry right now?
I mean, I'm just so excited. When I started this company, what I was doing was weird. People would be like, oh, Loren's creating that weird healthy cookie company. It's like gluten-free and vegan. And now like all I hear is like plant-based, plant-based burgers are like the coolest thing you've ever heard of.
Oh,
so
right, yeah.
I'm just like so grateful that, caring about the environment is cool, that there are other great, delicious options for plant-based, and that there's more studies coming out that having, non-dairy and more plant-based options in your diet are a good thing. And so, all that makes this kind of more fun and easier because, the market is kind of ready for us.
How have you created a business that also allows you to have the life that you want to live?
I think it's really about relationships and a team. I've worked incredibly hard to perfect the product so that, the product sells itself. I've worked incredibly hard to help build an amazing team so that we don't need to micromanage people. Everyone, really knows their goals and roles and, is responsible and passionate. So, we have a system set up. We have weekly check-ins that are really helpful. Every Monday I do a call with everyone. So no matter where we are in the country or world at this point, it's like we all connect and give updates on where we're at and what our goals are and what we might need from someone else on the team. And just really helps keep us all aligned. We have a small team for how many stores we're in and our growth. We have a very small team, and it's because we really have such a high quality team. And, anyone if we hire in the future, I want to maintain that model. It's a good model.
I was going to say, I'm a big fan of staying lean. Have you stayed lean on purpose or was that a strategy of yours?
It really was just out of function at the beginning. Like I couldn't afford to hire 20 salespeople. So I just hired one. And then I realized when I hired one amazing, VP of sales, how efficient that becomes and how, and then, sometimes I try to hire someone else, to help us grow faster. But honestly, it never has worked out if that person isn't super committed and responsible and giving their all because, we don't have layers in our team. We're a small team. So it's very obvious if someone is kind of weighing everyone down, and that's not cool, right? We're all working so hard and care so much. So that system kind of has helped filter out people that aren't right for the company. And it's just shown me that we can be such a healthy, profitable company if we go this way. Everyone's really happy because they actually have a lot of, they don't have micromanagement. They have a lot of freedom and responsibility. And I think as long as we're really clear about the goals that we're all working towards, I don't care how they really get there. Do it smarter than I would. Do it smarter than me. I'm not an expert in all these industries. So I think, there's great communication between us. So that's been the key to success.
Loren, out of all your successes and failures, what is the one piece of parting advice that you'd give to entrepreneurs out there starting a company and aspiring entrepreneurs?
I would say, to me, if you can find something that you are just so passionate about, that you care so much about, and match that with a white space in the market and your skill set, you will be amazed at what you can do. I think it brings out the superpower in all of us. I think it's actually what the world needs. The only way every industry gets better is when amazing talent shows up. I can't be a musician. There's no point in me trying to add that to the world. This is my talent. This is what I care about. I see how happy it makes people. I see the positive effect it has on the food industry. So why not lean into that? And why not, monetize it and make it not just my passion, but how my lifestyle, my livelihood, and why not create a company that then employs people and, is a great place to work. So I just, I think that if you can really find something that isn't just a job or a good idea, it's something that really deep inside you're passionate about, the mission behind it or the purpose, you'll be amazed at how equipped you can become, and in that industry and just what you can grow into. Because I think when we really care, you can do amazing things. When we don't care that much about things, you don't give it your all.
Yeah, no, we absolutely agree. We always say that on the show a lot of times too, is that just try, give it a shit, and all of a sudden you're going to do well about your clients, about your customers, about everything. And
exactly.
And I appreciate your story. I think a lot of times people's, like cancer, for example, and thank you for sharing that, Loren. It's just like your mess becomes the message. The mess becomes the product. And that happens a lot. And I think that great story is resonating, obviously, with your successes. Where can people find you?
So you can follow Sweet Loren's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's at Sweet Loren's, SWEETLORENS. And you can find all of our refrigerated cookie doughs in the refrigerated dough section of your local supermarket. Publix, Kroger, most Targets, Whole Foods, Wegmans, etc. Go to our website. We have a store locator where you can easily find where we're sold near you. And then personally, you can follow me at Loren Brill, LORENBRILL. And, I try to show what it's like to honestly run a business and also have balance, and a happy life.
I love that. Well, you're scratching me where I itch with the Business and Life Nation today. And I appreciate all your time and all the knowledge bomb that you dropped for us today.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Life Nation, you got to remember that in order for things to change, you must change. And in order for things to get better, you must get better. You just got better by hanging out with me, Michael Libas, and the Business and Life Nation. So come back tomorrow because I'm here dropping sound bombs 7 days a week, baby. If you'd like to subscribe, please do, so you can take action and execute. See you tomorrow.